over in Ames, one retired professor was once a kid only playing borrowed instruments, and now he wants kids to be able to have one of their own. Local 5's Emma Stroner has the story.
And a fiddle, I can carry that even as an old man.
Listening to this Ames man play violin,
Who am I playing today?
you might think he's a pro. But playing the instrument isn't the only thing Paul Lasley is good at.
I've got to glue this rib, that needs to be repaired. Clean this all off. When I get frustrated practicing, I come over here and work on violins.
You might say fixing fiddles is Lasley's favorite hobby.
My passion is violins.
But Lasley says it's more than a pastime.
It gives young people a chance to experience the joys of music that I've had all my life.
It gives young people a chance because Lasley brings the fixed fiddles
2 or 3 days work.
to an Iowa State donation drive at the Stevens Auditorium.
This will be another fiddle for donation.
His knack for repairing
Slow, patient work.
comes from a younger Lasley.
My folks couldn't afford musical instruments, and so I started with borrowed instruments. In fact, I played all through high school and never owned an instrument.
Then, when he retired in 2021 and started to learn the fiddle,
The neck broke on it, so I said, I believe I can fix that.
what he didn't realize then is that one touch-up would lead to 18 more.
If they're violins, they probably will make it to my desk here.
And he's positive there will probably be more than 18 to come.
It's a way that I can pay it forward to the next generation. So as long as I can acquire violins and my hands and eyesight are good.
What a great story. Emma's here with me now. And you were telling me earlier that Paul actually donates some of the instruments to kids all in the area. Is that right?
Yeah, so some of the instruments that come to that drive go to schools all around Iowa for young kids to play those instruments. And if you are interested in donating an old instrument that you might have, you can bring it to the Stevens Auditorium, take it off a sloppy from Tuesday to Friday and between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a South Tama sophomore. He will be in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, watched by tens of millions of people every year. Local 5's Alex Fulton is here in studio, and Alex, the teen is getting to share this special moment with his mom.
That's absolutely right, Stephanie. It will be a bright and early Thanksgiving morning for Corbin Shikazi and his mom, Kathy. The two will have to be lined up by 6 a.m. to participate in the largest parade in the world. Since he was a baby, Corbin Shikazi has been performing in powwows.
As soon as he began to walk, he was able to attend our first Meskwaki annual powwow when he would have been about 1.5 years old.
After over a decade of dancing, the South Tama sophomore and his mom, Kathy, will be in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade for the first time.
We try to catch that every year, but I never thought I would be on the parade myself. And my son also. So it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
The two were asked by Larry Yazzie, a 1985 alum of South Tama.
Patterns or designs are passed down, but a lot of the regalias that you'll see are handmade by the individuals themselves.
Larry serves as the artistic director of Native Pride Productions, an indigenous dance group.
Our language is still intact. Our ceremonies are still going on in our communities across North America. And that's very important.
Kathy and Corbin will be joined by 7 other Native American dancers from reservations all across the U.S. and Canada.
I just want the world to see us on this platform that we are proud people. We are proud of our ancestors that they passed down to us.
Because they come from all over, the dancers won't be able to rehearse together until they get to the Big Apple on Tuesday. Each will don a unique set of regalia and present a different style of dance.
It's very honoring and humbling. There are many of us dancers that do dance these styles. So to be able to represent us is very humbling.
Now, I think I speak for all of Central Iowa when I say we will be cheering them on. The members of Native Pride Productions will get to have a practice run before the big day. They are performing their routine at Times Square on Wednesday night. Stephanie?
Millions of Americans are hitting the roads and skies this week for Thanksgiving, with peak travel expected to begin tomorrow. Local 5's JD Snover is live at Des Moines International Airport with what travelers can expect.
Yeah, Stephanie, here at the airport, they're actually expecting about 24,000 passengers in a 5-day stretch, which is something the folks here say is a product of growing demand.
Our capacity has gone up this month about 13%.
New routes and larger aircraft are fueling that increase, making this one of DSM's busiest holiday periods to date.
Thanksgiving's a time where we see a lot of people come to the airport who don't usually frequent the airport. That's when your TSA lines can get just a little bit longer.
The rest of the 6.5 million people expected to travel across the Midwest,
Thanksgiving, the busiest holiday period of the year,
are hitting the road.
people driving are making up the bulk of that. Almost 90% of folks are going to be taking their card or traveling via car.
And Ortner says a little prep goes a long way.
Get that oil change, get those brakes checked, get your battery tested, just to help ensure nothing unexpected happens on the roadways.
At the airport, officials want drivers to use the new Easy Pickup system.
We're trying to get the congestion off the front curb and into our parking garage where folks can just wait for their traveler.
Hoosier says it's been working.
It's been in place for a couple months now and has completely eased the congestion on the curb. Even our officers have been out there and they said people have been responding great to it.
No matter how you travel, there's a common theme in the advice.
Bring your patience is whether you're flying or you're driving. That's going to be key to your success is being patient.
Just reminding people to pack their patience, get here 90 minutes ahead of time.
Now, Ortner says the peak period on the roads will begin tomorrow, while here at the airport, Hoosier says the heaviest traffic for the skies will begin on Wednesday. Now, both agree Sunday will be the busiest of the whole weekend as people head back home. For now, live in Des Moines, I'm JD Snover, Local 5 News.
The West Des Moines Community School District is proposing that they move their alternative services away from their Walnut Creek campus and integrate them into a program. Local 5's Emma Stroner joins us now with a look at how the first proposal of this plan went.
Well, Stephanie, there were certainly a lot of community members at tonight's meetings and many strong feelings about what this could mean for teachers and students. I spoke with the Executive Director of Secondary Education and West Des Moines residents about some concerns that were raised tonight and what the future might look like with this proposal.
Monday night's board meeting for West Des Moines Community Schools drew in a big crowd and even bigger emotions.
It's emotional. This is real to us.
That's because community members are protesting something they could lose: Walnut Creek campus, an alternative high school. The superintendent's cabinet is proposing a switch from a designated location for the alternative program to implementing it into a traditional high school setting. Something Aaron Romar Ashelman, whose twin went to Walnut Creek, says won't work.
You can't just get rid of it and expect it to be better. And these students didn't do well in the school setting, not just because of academics, but because of everything else that comes with being in high school.
But officials say the proposal stems from chronic absenteeism, with rates around 84% for Walnut Creek compared to just under 28% for Valley High School.
The overarching trends were that students' attendance was poor before going to Walnut Creek, and then it got significantly worse after going to Walnut Creek.
The students at Walnut Creek aren't the only people some West Des Moines residents are worried about. The proposal includes staff cuts as well.
The Walnut Creek staff is much more trauma-informed in how they respond to students. Our teachers at Valley and other large high schools are already overworked and underpaid.
Local 5 asked Stephen Chopaw, the Executive Director of Secondary Education and a key driver in the proposed plan, if officials intend to give employment opportunities to those who could lose their job.
Our HR department has a system for working through using seniority and all of the mechanisms built within the labor negotiations to make sure that we find as many staff as possible a position.
Chopaw says the reductions will allow the district to revitalize certain services and add others to the program, including a revamped elementary summer school for prevention practices and new virtual learning options.
And Chopin tells me the district will need to submit a budget plan for this by mid-January, and if approved, the new program would start up next fall. Stephanie?
A new study claims Des Moines is the third best city for Gen Z workers. Madison topped the list, followed by Minneapolis, then Des Moines. Local 5's Alex Fulton showed the study to one local expert who's been following the city's economic development and workforce. So Alex, what does she think of these findings?
Well, Stephanie, Janae Sickink with the Greater Des Moines Partnership says this particular study tracks with what they've been seeing recently. The study defined Gen Z as those between the ages of 18 and 28.
It is more on the map than it has been in the past, specifically for these younger generations.
Des Moines, a city often overlooked, named the third best for Gen Z workers in a new study by HR technology company Checker.
Oftentimes it's Chicago, it's Nashville, Austin, these cities that are so popular, that are growing so rapidly. It's almost an afterthought to think about Des Moines.
Research strategist Sam Radbill says the study looked at three distinct factors: employment, affordability, and social scene.
Des Moines' employment subscore was the 6th in the nation, boasting good employment metrics, low employment rates for this generation, but also quality and high numbers for labor force participation of Gen Z members.
Gen Z labor force participation was higher than most other cities, but it's unclear if that's because more Gen Zers are moving in.
So whether that's people never leaving because they love it, or people going to a university and staying, we don't have the exact answers, but I think you could assume that that's a big part of it.
Driving this trend is Gen Z workers accepting positions within the insurance and financial sectors, specifically technology jobs.
Additionally, these workers are interested in some of the other opportunities that we have in Greater Des Moines in agriculture, bioscience, advanced manufacturing.
A big draw to Des Moines for Gen Z is the city's affordability, especially when it comes to housing prices.
Greater Des Moines is an affordable community, and that's really picking up steam and momentum. The Gen Z generation is very conscientious as to where their financials are going.
Now, the partnership does have a program called DSM Connection. Essentially, it connects college interns who are in Des Moines for the summer with other interns and business professionals. 94% of this year's participants said they'd relocate here or accept a position if their employer offered them one. Stephanie?
Well, improvements and expansions are coming to the SciRide system in Ames, along with a boost for Iowa farmers. Local 5's JD Snover joins us from SciRide headquarters with what these new changes could mean.
Right now, due to spacing issues, these SciRide buses have to be stored overnight outside. However, thanks to a $14.5 million federal grant, that's soon going to change.
I mean, a harsh Iowa climate, right?
SciRide Transit Director Barbara Neal says the current setup forces part of their fleet to idle overnight in winter just to keep them running for morning routes, a practice that wears down units already well past their prime.
2 of the buses we're replacing are 25 years old, and I joke that they're older than some of our drivers. So being able to put them all inside helps with a lot of things.
The grant will fund indoor storage for the entire fleet, expanded maintenance areas for larger and clean fuel buses, and more space for training and administration, because the workforce there has grown by 40% over the last 17 years.
We have many people here sharing offices. We've converted spaces that weren't designed for offices.
It's also a sustainability move. 20 buses will be converted to run on 100% biodiesel, supported by a new underground fuel tank and blending equipment.
It's an immediate public health improvement.
And it's good news for Iowa soybean farmers. Biodiesel is made from soybean oil, and increased demand helps stabilize markets during uncertain trade conditions.
The more biodiesel we use, the more soybeans we're going to need, the more it helps farmers and helps just the local economy.
Neal tells me they hope to implement all of this within the next 5 years. In Ames, I'm JD Silver, Local 5 News.
The winter weather is coming just in time for the holidays. As we approach Thanksgiving, local law enforcement are sharing ways to avoid certain types of crime that happen during this time of year. Local 5's Emma Stroner has the story.
During the holidays, one of the best feelings is getting a text that your package has arrived. But what if you go outside and nothing's there? Porch thefts are just one of the crimes that could come to your doorstep this holiday season.
This festive time of the year has been a time where we would see an increase in OWIs, or we would see an increase in domestic violence. You'll start to see an increase in package thefts.
The three things the Des Moines Police Department is keeping an eye out for between Thanksgiving and New Year's. One way many celebrate is by sharing a drink or 2 or 3 with friends and family.
There are folks who go out to a company party and maybe they have too much to drink, or they're out visiting with friends and they get overserved.
And that could be dangerous if you get behind the wheel.
We monitor for the OWIs, we monitor for the public intox.
It can also become a concern at home as well.
A lot of people think it's a myth that there are more domestics. Sometimes the numbers don't actually say so, but you do see some kind of family conflict where there usually isn't any.
These types of events drawing people
who we normally wouldn't have any contact with.
Besides the drinks, gifts are abundant too. But sometimes what many call porch pirates swipe a present before you can even wrap it.
You're ordering a gift for somebody, and they might think that, hey, I can re-gift this if I steal it and give it to somebody else.
And if you ordered it from Amazon, there's a few things you can do to make sure you get your gift back. An Amazon spokesperson tells Local 5 that you can install a camera security system, track your package, have someone trusted pick up your package if you're away from home, or contact your delivery driver directly. The Des Moines Police Department says most package thefts come from repeat offenders.
Our detectives will watch a video and they'll know exactly who that person is.
No matter how you find yourself celebrating this year, police recommend you
plan ahead, make sure you have a ride or a plan for a safe ride home, whether it's a ride share or a designated driver. That's one of the biggest things you can do to keep yourself safe and keep you from coming in conflict with the law.
In Des Moines, Emma Stroner, Local 5 News.
And over 6 million people are expected to travel throughout Iowa and surrounding states this week. With a snowstorm on the way, the Iowa DOT and Des Moines Public Works are prepping to make sure everyone can get home in one piece. Local 5's Alex Fulton is along I-235 near downtown with the work already underway.
It may be the day before a big holiday, but that isn't stopping the Iowa DOT and Des Moines Public Works from thinking ahead to the weekend. They're making sure the roads stay clear of the anticipated snow and remain safe for everyone.
This is really going to be what I would say the first statewide event of the winter season.
Snowplows belonging to the Iowa DOT start getting winterized as soon as October 15th.
In our world, October 15th, we consider to be the first day of winter, regardless of whether there's a snowflake in the air or not.
Craig Bargfred with the DOT says that allows his crews to be ready to respond to early snowstorms like the one over Thanksgiving weekend.
Really, our preparations for this event are really no different than any other winter event. We've been monitoring the forecast, trying to get a sense of timing, when it's going to start impacting.
Des Moines Public Works also begins transitioning equipment in October to prepare for the worst.
We just completed a leaf cleanup in the fall, so we're actually today switching over some trucks from leaf pickup to snow removal, but they will be ready to go by Friday.
What ends up happening weather-wise will dictate the approach used to treat the roads. For example, if it ends up being rain into snowfall, crews could forego using salt before the big event.
We're watching multiple forecasts, trying to get an idea of timing and precipitation, what it's going to be when it starts.
Between the DOT and Des Moines Public Works, hundreds of plows are expected to hit the roads this holiday weekend.
Our staff are used to having impacts on holidays and weekends and whatnot, and kudos to our staff because they're great folks that just want to get out there and do the job supporting the citizens of Iowa.
The Iowa DOT is asking drivers to go slower and leave a good amount of distance between them and snowplow drivers. In Des Moines, Alex Fulton, Local 5 News.
We are just one day away from all the tasty Thanksgiving food and all the leftovers that come after. If everything doesn't get eaten, that food typically ends up in landfills, which could create problems for our environment. Local 5's Emma Stroner has more.
Experts and advocates want you to think twice before throwing out leftovers this holiday season.
Food waste nonprofit ReFed says Americans will throw away 320 million pounds of food this Thanksgiving, 4 million pounds more than last year. Organizers say Iowa follows that trend.
At Table to Table in the last several years, we've doubled the amount of food that we're rescuing.
You've seen kind of a steady increase in the amount of organic and food waste going to landfills.
That's Joe Bolick, the director of the Iowa Waste Reduction Center at the University of Northern Iowa. He says the release of a dangerous gas is one of the most harmful effects of excess food waste.
But it also really slowly decays and releases methane gas during that, which can be a very harmful byproduct of that decomposition in a landfill of organic matter.
And executive director of Table to Table, Nikki Ross, tells Local 5
food waste is the third largest producer of greenhouse gases in the world.
So what can you do to reduce the amount of food you throw away after Thanksgiving? First, start with planning your meals.
Consider what dishes you're making and whether they're really popular with your family or whether they're going to feed the number of people you think.
Then, after everyone's been fed, think about the other places your meals and sides could go other than the trash.
Send food home with folks.
Please do freeze them. They will last, months versus days.
If you've frozen food and given it away to family and still have more leftovers to come around, Ross and Bolick say now is a great time to give back, both to those in need and the ground we walk on.
Pack those leftovers up, label them properly about what's in the container, when it went in there, get it in the community refrigerator, and then folks who live in that neighborhood can come and share in that excess food.
While we're all just one person, small efforts have a collective impact.
If you make it part of your kind of conscious effort and something that you're thinking about while you're doing it, it's I think that goes a long way.
In Des Moines, Emma Stroner, Local 5 News.
Tonight, one Des Moines man shows that gift giving isn't just reserved for those December holidays. Local 5's Emma Stroner has the story.
What started as every other Thanksgiving shift for Ashley Cruz ended as one that she'll remember forever.
I was just in shock.
$2,000 in the hands of a 21-year waitress and $400 in the hands of the cooks in the back.
Very generous.
A total of $2,400 coming from the hands of this Des Moines man.
I'm trying to get the words out that there's $2,000 here, but I can't because I'm trying not to cry.
Or so they thought.
I'm not giving it. I'm not. It's like a group effort.
Mirza Kudic used his Facebook to collect donations from the community and make this tip possible. His account, which has over 80,000 followers, started as a photography page. Now it's become something else.
There's been all these moms, especially, that need stuff, and they will message me that I need diapers, I need formula, I need this, and I'll take a screenshot of that message and I will put it on there, and within 10 minutes a bunch of ladies get together and they just take care of her.
In this holiday season,
do something really nice for someone for Thanksgiving.
Kudic set out to use that community effort for wait staff.
I don't think anyone goes to a server job on Thanksgiving because they are just so happy to be there. They don't want to be anywhere else, but their job serving hundreds of people.
The type of work that doesn't stop for festivities.
We're open Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day.
And while Cruz could have walked out after receiving a paycheck level tip,
I wanted to stay today just because, I want to make people happy. I want to see everyone smile.
Just the nicest person, so happy, like very full of energy. And
thank you so much. That's a true blessing. It really is a blessing.
A blessing Cruz will repay.
I am going to go buy my baby some Christmas presents. I'm going to take my 6-year-old and my 14-year-old out tonight around Southside and have them hand out like a care package with, I'm going to put a little bit of money in there for some homeless people.
Because if there's anything Cruz and Kudic want others to know, it's to
pay it forward. It's amazing.
We can do stuff like this every day if we wanted to.
So Emma's joining me now, and you were telling me that Kudic doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon.
No, he doesn't. He plans on getting together some more community funds and going out and taking parents shopping for Christmas so that they can get presents for their kids.
Well, how sweet is that?